Okay, I thought I'd give a little update to the current situation now that we've got some definitive plans on some of the stuff. You might notice that I have a new box sitting there and the top and bottom board sitting over there for another new box. So, turns out Old Soul Apiaries did have some more queens, and I'm going to be able to put my extras to use. So I'm going to pull all of my partials and what have yous of food and all of that have you, and the two nukes of bees. We're going to separate them between the other two new hives. Those queens will be being shipped today, so I'll get them tomorrow. And another thing I'm going to do today is we're going to move the swarm hive a little further over, kind of in between where the two are sitting now, so that it takes the recall bees. So the bees that are left, while there'll be diminished numbers, will be the nicer of the bees that are left. And then we're also today going to take, and I'm going to pull some brood resources, probably just a single frame from each of the Italians, making sure there's no queen on it, and put them down in these to give these ones a bump. Plus it'll give me a chance to look and see how far they're doing on laying up and that sort of thing. Then once I get the new queens in and settled for, a week or what have you, 5 days, so that they can get all their scent and what have you built up, I'll do the same thing out of the carnies and put in them to give them that bump. And then at that time, depending on the situation, I may pull a second partial brood frame or what have you from the Italians, and then again a week later a second from my carnies to go bump. And but that's all given to the circumstances that you find yourself in when you get there. But that's at least my plan. And then with that, it should give the noobs enough of a bump to get them established and a good foundation built for finishing out fall, going into winter. And it shouldn't diminish my larger colonies much at all, because they're actually still bringing in quite a bit of pollen and what have you. I mean, even yesterday I saw off of my number 3 carny, they had a big old flight of new bees graduating. So we'll look at that. And then I'm also looking at making some pollen patties to be able to put on these, and I've got syrup that I can feed. Right now I'm running it kind of thick so that we can put on weight, but I think on the new colonies I'm going to thin it down some so we can get a little more stimulant and that sort of thing going on, so they can get a little bit of brood laying going pretty lickety split this last little bit. And but that's kind of what the plan is. We've now thrown the dice and we'll see what they land. Okay, well, this will just kind of be a watch me work. But what I've done is I pulled my deep frames of honey out of my made boxes, because I wanted to use a couple of them because I think they're pretty cool looking. Plus, with their new queens and new positions and stuff, it'll give them nice geometric patterns for them to, and they've got bee smell and all those sorts of things. I also am giving them back, 4 frames of the honey deeps that I took. They're on darker frames, a little bit older comb, and some of them are partial capped, not capped. I mean, I checked it, it's all good moisture contents, but I'd rather give it to them even if I buy my own honey. I don't have a problem with that. Plus, I've still got this medium that they're working on. Go away, yellow jacket. And then that's for me. I also have this one frame that I had gotten partly drawn out that I figure I'll put into the medium there and let them continue to work on that. Put stuff in it, that sort of thing. So I'm going to get busy. We're going to try and do this without smoke, simply because my smoker's up in the garage. We'll find out if they let me or not. A lot of times my small colonies will let me work them no problem. It's my big ones that get pretty pissy. I have a better way to set it. Let's put you there like that. Oh, come on, no sting. I know you girls are out without mamas. We got mamas on the way. Oh, they're eating a little bit. That's good. There you go. Hey now, no button. I bought you mamas. Be nice. Don't make me get smoked, please. I know the yellow jackets are pissing you off. Easy, easy. Make sure we get, that's it. Still a lot of it that's nectar and such, so I'm hoping that they'll move it around as they need to give her some laying room. I have no idea if you guys can hear me. No. Not gonna be able to get 9 in there. Well, we could. Yeah, so we can't do that then. So we're gonna run rate 8. I gotta run. Okay, so we've got 2 frames of bees, and they've got, okay, so on that one we got 2 frames of bees right now, and they've got 3 relatively, or 4 relatively open comb, or at least comb where they could move the nectar if they choose to. That's the best I can do with them with that. So let's get them closed back up. Easy. Oh, see, they've drank a lot more of their syrup on this side. Oh, now it's a possibility that they intermingled. And they're also jumpier. Easy girls. Easy. You got mamas on the way. Ooh, there's a lot of open there. And some nectar and some pollen. There's a lot of nice open. Nice and clean. It's like they know there's a mama coming. We got too much resources. Well, crap. Shit. I don't know what to do. Stop. There's too much stuff. Yeah, I really like someone to keep that. Uh, I don't know what to do with stuff. I've got too much stuff. There's too much extra. Ooh, easy. Don't get mad at me. Everybody's full. I don't know what to do with it. And they're bringing in pollen. It's like I went to see Joy at Joyful Honey yesterday, and I was telling her that I didn't know what I was going to do with the deeps of honey that I had. And she mentioned, well, no, the deeps are for the bees. That second deep. I said, oh, no. I'm sorry I didn't explain it. It was the